It's showtime. Yes, we need a 5x5 before we crack on. Let's get that fixed while we set up everything here on the live stream. I'm hoping everyone can hear me and see me okay. That would be really cool. Oh, look at this. In like Flynn, Time Lord. Thanks for letting me know, sir. Brilliant. You don't have to jump on board, everyone. It's cool. Wow, Faye, good to see you. It's been a while. Awesome. So, where are we? So we've got that confirmed. Whilst we wait for all of the late stragglers to arrive, because there always is, and the more we have in the chat, the better. So if you're watching this on the replay, if you want to skip past the next 10 minutes or so, it's up to you. So, I'll need to check actually, because got caught on the hop, as it were. So let's see what's been going on. All right, let me see. Right, okay, there we go. In the last 28 days, we've got 1,084. If you can see that there. No, 1,804, sorry. New subscribers to the channel. That's awesome. Despite all of the shadow ban and all of the rest of it and people trying to put me down and slag me off, we don't care. We're living without fear and we're rolling with it. So all of you guys who are new to the channel, thanks for finding me. It'd be good to know in the comment section, or if you're watching live, even better, let me know how you found out about me. That'd be cool. So if you don't know, this has ended up being my job. It's just a weird turn of fate how things turned out. I always wanted to do this for a living, and here I am. I've been doing this for about a year now, full time. Before that, it was a hobby because I had a full-time job, yada, yada, yada. So if you can donate, it really, really helps more than you can imagine. Even if you're watching the replay, you still can. All of that information is below this video. And of course, the regular stuff in the chat is applicable. So we can stop that little banner now because, yeah, the donations big time. They really, really help. So let me have a quick look. Some of you guys who probably watched last night have already seen this. Let me try and find out. Right, okay, so it looks like that. So this is my new website. This is what I've been working on. We're just doing this, waiting for people to jump on board. So here we are. This is the stuff that's taken forever and a day to do. There was a chat server, a private encrypted one, which took 10 months to develop, and we pulled the plug right at the end when we was doing tests because of the Online Safety Bill, now the Online Safety Act. So we started all the way back to the beginning again. So there's an about page there, a sign up to the mailing list, which we're going to touch on in a sec, some latest videos, shops and partner products, some of the blogs that I've been writing. I've been getting really into writing blogs, and some of the social media stuff on there. So that is just a quick whistle top store of the website, which is going to be dropping within the next couple of weeks. So if you didn't see that live stream last night, the idea is if you can sign up to the newsletter, you're going to be saving a fortune big time. So if you are new here, don't forget there was 1,804 new subscribers, and out of those there's probably a fair amount watching this right now. So if you haven't signed up to the newsletter, go underneath the video and there is a link. It takes you straight to one page, really easy. You just want a name and an email address, and there will be newsletters going out every Monday. There was one went out the other day. There's going to be another one on Monday, because the closer we get to the website launch, the more and more deals there are going to be, and it's only going to be a limited run. So if you're getting the newsletters and you act quick enough, you are going to save a fortune. You seriously will. So don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. It's all free. It's underneath this video. Click more or tap more. Bosh, you're in. I know many of you watching in the chat right now are already signed up to the newsletter. Can you let me know if you received it okay and it come over all right? Also, people who want to contact me directly, there is an email address directly below this video too. You just copy that, paste it into your email facility, and then send me an email. I'm getting loads, and I do tend to go through them over the weekend when I get some time. And yes, some of you guys I've been replying to already, and the intake of emails has been insane, especially since the Cenotaph incident. It's just gone. So if you want to send me an email about anything which you think the community deserves me to talk about, certain things, check it out. Send me an email. That really, really, really helps big time. And there was one guy who's an author. He wrote a book. That's the second author who's wrote a book and sent it in. People are asking me, where do I send stuff? That is below the video too. It's really quick, really easy to find. It's my PO box, and there it goes. Sweet as a nut. So let's just go back into the comment section to see what's been going on. Who's seen the Spanish riots? Yes, I've heard about those in I think it's Madrid. So before we get cracking on, I've got an announcement to make from a good mate of mine, Tim, who's in the chat now, hopefully. Well, he better be. I can't see him. Really? He's born outside in here because I can't see him anywhere in the chat. Seriously, he's not here. What a pleb. Oh, well. Has anyone seen Born Outside? Is he in the chat? Oh, well, he's going to miss his big moment. But there you go. We can't wait all night for Tim Nice But Dim, can we? Right. Don't worry, you guys watching on the replay. We're going to be getting into some stuff real soon. And be under no illusion, what I'm going to be talking about tonight affects all of us. Doesn't matter how much you earn, what color you are, what size you are. It affects all of us. Now, we're just going to give Tim a few seconds. Nope. Well, tough. There it is. So, Born Outside is a moderator on my channel. I've met the guy at the prepper meet, been following him for years, and is a really good moderator too. Faye, I'll give him a shout. Yeah, it's crazy. But what I wanted to do is to tell the world that Tim, he also has got a YouTube channel, and I want to congratulate him personally of reaching 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Well done, Tim. It's brilliant, mate. I can't believe you're not here. What a pilchard. But there you go. You can't win them all. No, seriously, Tim, you've done really well, mate. And it's not easy to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers in this day and age because everyone wants to be a YouTuber all of a sudden, and the competition is fierce. So well done for reaching 1,000. That is a fair amount of people there. Oh, what's this? Elizabeth. Well, thank you for the donation on PayPal. Wow, that was amazing. First donation of the night. Thank you very much indeed, kind lady. That's awesome. So what we should do while we're waiting for people to turn up is we want to engage with you because we love you guys. But you've got to be really, really quick. Are you ready? The faster you are, the more likely you're going to get your name read out on the live stream. We got 600 people already, and that's really cool. So I want to know where you guys are watching from. So we do this every single week. People are on it already. Look at this. We've got Richard. Hi, Richard, mate. He's from Yorkshire. Who else have we got? Excuse me. We've got Babs up in Northampton. Awesome. We got Nigel. He's over in Gatwick. Wow. Fancy living in there with all them traffic, all them planes. Oh, God. Never mind, mate. We have got Milwana from Norfolk. I remember you from last night. Cool beans. Check it out. Mama Todd up in Scotland. Wicked. We've got CL4 Trap under the firmament. Archaics, I just know. Well, and we got Julia from Malvern. I've never been to Malvern. I should get over there. I bet it's quite nice. Grumpy Grandad, we like that. From Hereford, hey, home of the SAS. Good to see you, Grumpy Grandad. Good to see you tuning in. That's really cool. And we've got Belinda, who is a member. Hi, members. from a place called Ruthin or Rutin. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I don't think I've ever come across that before. We have got Painted Preppers Air Guns. Oh, Newcastle, wicked. Where did the chat go? Here we are. And we have Beard Box, Brecon, lovely part of the world. I love Brecon. Don't Tread on Me from Northampton as well, and an errant. Happy days. Always welcome errants in his channel. Absolutely. Can I? Paddy Bob, I really don't know what that means. Can one of the other mods drop a link to his channel? Won't let me do it on my phone. Obviously something going on in the chat. We have got Michael Swanage. Oh my god, I've been there. Camper van. Oh wowee. I remember seeing the dolphins up there from that little globe thing. Beautiful part of the world down there. We got Engineer to Succeed. Our first Yank in the house. Also is in the Midwest United States of America. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Fantastic. We got Katie up there in Edinburgh, as the Americans call it. We got wow, Sonoran Desert, 1991, Arizona. Whoa, damn hot in Arizona. Hi, good to see you. And we got Terry, one of the guys who sent me the book, one of the authors. He's over there in Essex, mate. Appreciate that, Terry. I don't know when I'm going to get round to going to pick it up, but I will be. I'm just really focused on this website in a moment. We got the wonderful Faye from Merseyside. Or the Wirral, I think it is, isn't it? I don't know if you guys have interwars about where you're all from. But yeah, good to see Faye, also moderator in the house. And we've got Mavic 101 over in Kent. We've got Lisa over in Norwich, where it's completely flat. And we've got Mary. Good to see Mary Stevens again from Powys. Yes, Powys. Simply the best county in Wales. Undeniable. Right, Mary? Absolutely. Wow, wow, wow. Who else have we got? We got Tetty T from Brixton in South London, mate. All right, son. Good to see you. We've got Smith S from Balham in London. I can't read that out because it's a naughty word. Davy Crockett from Poole in Dorset. And we have Evil Girl 87. Evil Girl. Good God. East Midlands. Great. It's got a lot of cool people in the house. We got Toka 69. Sounds good fun. Lincolnshire. And we got Morgan 71. I'm guessing it's the year he was born. Same as me, 1971. All the cool cats are born in 71. Over in Carmarthenshire. Awesome. Right, who have we got here? We've got Lucifer's Army. God, I don't know the sound of that. From Donny. We got Mr. Steve. Hello, son. He's down in Portsmouth, where I was born from. Where I was born. And we have got R. Lawson in Hull. And we have got the most spectacular, awesome Rachel in the house from the Cotswolds. Cotswolds Bumpkin. Oh, hello. Marvellous. Of course it's marvellous. And we have Luke in Burntwood in Staffs. And we got Drew. Hello, mate. I've seen your face for so many years now. I'm so glad that people don't change their little characters. It's really good. It winds me up when they keep changing them and their names because you just forget and you don't know who they are. Leominster, awesome. Nice part of the world too, apparently. We got Ace over in Sheffield. And we got Lulu. Oh, God, I remember. What is that? Harry Enfield. Oh, poor Lulu. Oh, Lulu. Who remembers that? From Hertfordshire, I say. And we got Remy stuff from Toronto over in Canada. Wow, you've got a wonderful president. Everyone loves that guy. Sinister. We got J.A. from Worcester. And we got John. Hello, John. Nice to see you again. Another member. High Wycombe, don't you know? Yes. You don't muck around with those guys down there. And we have got Welsh Chris Outdoors Isle of Man. So it's Welsh Chris, but he's on the Isle of Man. Okay. Got ya. Good to see you, Chris. Only playing. Bob Smith from Scotland. Awesome. We got Neil from Bolton. Sorry about that. Only playing. Run to the Woods. Hey, dude. from Derbyshire, of course, smack bang in the middle of the UK. Always good to see you there, brother. What's that? Balladonus, Art of Healing. Ah, Cornwall. Very nice part of the world too. Okie dokie, 81 from Norwich. We got some people representing Norwich tonight, which is good. Who else have we got? RS from Devon. Devon, beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Who else have we got? We got Liana Newman. Wow, your full name. Wow, okay. From Staffordshire. We got another one, Anna Jones from Northumberland. Don't worry, you guys on the replay. We'll be starting real soon. We're just waiting for the chat to grow because we got some important stuff to talk about. Because, like I said, this affects all of us. All right. So if you can share the video and get some more people in there because it's really going to help. Because we got some good stuff to talk about tonight. Liz, hey, Pilgrim, it wasn't me. What a weird part of the world that is. Only joking. Now, hello there, mate. Is from Derbyshire. Yes, very good. We got Mark from Luton. Yeah, I feel your pain, mate. Yeah, Luton's become a bit of a war zone lately, hasn't it? We have got Splint Driftwood, Costa del Bury. Brilliant. And who have we got? Curtis. Yo, what's up, Curtis? How you doing, brother? You're over in West Virginia. That is super cool. We love Virginia in the house. Chris over in Liverpool. We got Peaky Blinders, Yorkshire. Peaky Blinders, used to love watching that. Deb down in Bournemouth. Lovely jubbly. Good to see you, Debbie. Time Lord in Gallifrey. I'm guessing that's in Ireland. KS over in Lincoln. And we have got Vari 1117. Wigtownshire. I've never heard of that. Wigtownshire. New one on me. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Always good. Gary, who's watching from Fraggle Rock? Remember that. Hey, my man. Good to see you, John. Yes. Guess what? My bro, all weathers, mostly, has a pit fire outside and checks out the live. Good to see you, brother. And yes, I will get my way to come and see you. I've snowed under with this website, dude. Literally, I'm breaking my nuts doing this. Earthheart, as always, good to see you from Nottingham. That's super cool. We got Michael Bolton, the real one, from Yorkshire. We got Nick over in Skipton. Brilliant. And we got Steve over in Sheffield. And we got, oh, I can't pronounce that. Is that an L or an I? Aaron Reynolds in North Kent. Cool. Simon, there you go, in Northampton. Wow, check it out. Julie's watching from Normandy over in Fonse. Merci beaucoup. We got this guy, W Trophy 1, Yorkshire. Lots of Yorkshire in the house. And we got Pilgrim. Awesome. What a cool dude. Fantastic. Really good to see you again, bro. That's Plymouth, but not the UK Plymouth, over in Massachusetts. Yes, sir. And we've got Tunnels of Suchi in Nottingham. Right. We can go on and on and on. Sorry for missing anyone out, but we've got to wind it up because we have got to get into it. So tonight's going to be, like I said, it's going to be affecting all of us. But before we do that, we're waiting for a few more to come in. We're going to do a couple of short things just to sort of cheer people up a bit, okay?
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I'd buy that for $1.
You want some coffee? That's a good idea. Hello.
Hi, man.
What are you doing?
I'm drinking wine and eating cheese and catching some rays, you know.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Who do you think you are?
No comedians, please.
We ain't got no booze. We ain't got no booze.
And now for something completely different.
What is this, Wonka? Some kind of fun house?
Why, having fun?
You know, in another life, you'd have made an excellent criminal.
Yes, and you, sir, an excellent policeman.
Right, now we got that out of the way. I hope that's cheered a few of you up. So look at that, we've got 819. So that's pretty cool. I think we can get stuck into it now. So we've got all of that out of the way. What I wanted to do very briefly is to see what the poll was doing. Now we have had wow. Oh, the numbers are still going up. 512 votes, so far. 77% of everyone who took part says they are struggling in some way. Well, let me tell you this, you guys. If anyone isn't struggling in any way, then I don't know what I can say to you guys, because if you think whatever's going on, everything's fine, and it's not having an effect on you in some way, shape, or form, you're probably maybe in a little bit of denial, because what has been going on for a long time now is really affecting people. Now we've got lots of stuff to show you guys, pointing out how all of this stuff, and I think we know what we're talking about here, is affecting people. And affecting people in a frigging big way as well. So we're going to go through some reports. Some of these are very recent as well, within the last couple of days. Now, I've been making some notes as always. Now, I'll tell you what, before I do that, I'm going to show a share screen first before we dig into that. Wow, Paula, thank you for that donation on PayPal. I've just seen that notification. Really appreciate that. Seriously do. So we are going to go into some psychology for a bit. Okay. Some of you guys are a bit clued up on psychology, but this is just a real brief take of it. Okay. All I've done was put in psychological effects of 2020. All right. Now look what comes up. Depression, anxiety, psychological distress, and post-traumatic symptoms have been for predominant new onset psychological health problems in European general populations during the issue. Excuse me. And it just goes on. There are websites and websites and websites. If you look at this. About 268 million results on that question. 268 million people have put that in. Wow. Or it means 268 million results based on what I'll put in. I'm not entirely sure. But nonetheless, we're talking about a big number. Okay, however you want to face it. Okay, ever since this thing here, right, in 2020, things have changed. Emotional, behavioral, psychological, the impacts, trigger stress. That's a new one on me. Trigger stress. We can talk about triggers in a bit if you want. Panic and depression, symptoms of depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress, psychological distress, anxiety and depression, loneliness, stress, anxiety, fear, sadness. Look at all of the key words that are coming up. Infection fears, frustration, boredom, depression. It's unbelievable. And this just goes on. I'm not kidding, guys. This is a big thing. And I believe it's high time that we actually spoke about this, because there's so much going on out there and it's affecting so many people, but not everyone's talking about it. Rust, all by design? Of course. Absolutely, this is by design. In fact, if you was to find a video that me and Jason of Archaics done on his YouTube channel, we've done a live together. He kindly invited me on to his community, and he's got a great community there, by the way. And some of his guys and girls are in mine now, so it's really great to see. He spoke about the breaking of the first seal, i.e., the Book of Revelation. That was done 2020. That was the breaking of the first seal. The second seal isn't far away. So if any of you guys are biblical scholars, anyone who has used the Bible for research, etc., it's a fantastic text. You don't have to be a Christian or religious to read the Bible, okay? It's got some fascinating things in there, and it could be translated in literally billions of different ways, okay? Let's be under no illusion. But talking about that, hold on, let me just check something. Wow, Steve, thank you for that donation on PayPal. That's a really kind dude. Thank you so much for that. Wow. So, like the title suggests, right? Now we're going to show this share screen and we're going to talk about this, all right? Because we need to talk about this stuff. Now, look at this. This was in Forbes Health, okay? Very, very recent. Why you're always tired, according to the experts, okay? So there's all sorts of reasons why you can be tired, okay? Most of us are aware of all this. But what I decided to do was to pull up the stuff which I believe is relevant and highlight it. Here we go. Stress. Daily and chronic stress are among the top reasons for poor sleep and insomnia. Stress can originate from holding on to difficult emotions, a lack of emotional coping mechanisms. Very, very important, very, very key point there. Emotional coping mechanisms. Or the ability to communicate feelings or thoughts. Very, very important, extremely important. What's more, individuals who have experienced unresolved trauma have a tendency to be hypervigilant, meaning their brains remain in an increased state of alertness. You're looking at PTSD right there, making it harder to sleep. Now, depression and anxiety. How many times have people seen the word anxiety or anxious? That really didn't exist that much up until 2020. Now it seems to be every other sentence being used. Anxiety and anxious is literally everywhere. Many mental health and behavioral conditions can contribute to chronic fatigue and/or sleep issues. In addiction, an addiction specialist and co-founder of Family Addiction Specialist based in New York City, for example, depression or low mood can cause fatigue and insomnia. Anxiety is another common mental health issue, whose symptoms include fatigue and sleep disturbance. If conscious, exhaustion or sleep issues are not related to the physical health issue, it recommends seeking out a mental health professional for an evaluation. Now, lots of the other things, dehydration, that is very important, okay? Caffeine, most of us are guilty of this, but look at this. This one is key. I want you to really listen to this. Medications. Certain medications may impact sleep quality or cause sedation, in brackets tiredness, during the day. Very important. That may make it more difficult to sleep include stimulant medications, antidepressants, inhaled corticosteroids, I don't know that term, decongestants, beta blockers. If you have difficulty sleeping or feel tired during the day, ask your healthcare provider whether any of your medications may be contributing to your fatigue. Now, many of us are on some form of medications. But listen to this, a message which I've been preaching for over 11 years now. Spend time outdoors, absolutely. Going outside shortly after Walking in the morning can help increase your vitamin D intake and reset your circadian rhythm, which relies on light input. Only about 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight each day is enough to enhance your vitamin D production. Now, lots of us take supplements in that, and I'm one of them. But sometimes you don't get bright sunny days every day, do you? Stay hydrated. Now, this is absolutely essential. And I'm guilty of this myself. Sometimes, like probably some of you guys watching, just forget to drink. But it's really, really important. Water is essential. It seriously is. But it's easy to forget to drink enough. There you go. So basically, just have water wherever you go. That is pretty much a good tip for sure. So, problems up there. You're not alone. So don't feel bad, okay? It's happening to everyone, but no one's talking about it. Why? I don't know. Fear, probably. People don't want to come across or to be known as insignificant or weak in any way. It's always been that stiff British upper lip. Oh, come on, don't worry about it. Come on, forget about it. No, we have got serious underlying issues here which need to be addressed. So many things have happened since 2020, I'm sure you'll agree. But listen to this. 2 million UK households have been forced to turn off their fridge or freezer to save money. Do you know anyone who does that? Do you do it yourself? Incredible. Seriously. So you think of like the average fridge freezer costs around £60 to £100 every year to run. So you're looking at between £5 and maybe £8 or £9 a month. Okay. So some people out there are really struggling. I mean, really struggling. If you are one of them, honestly, you're not alone. 2 million people. All right. So don't feel that it's just you or a few of you. No, this is gone big. All right. Yes, people are turning off their fridge freezers just to save money. Shocking. It absolutely broke my heart when I heard that. 3.8 million people in 2022 were not able to meet their basic needs. 3.8 million people. Now, try and let that sink in. That's a lot of people. That is a huge, ridiculously large amount of people. They're not able to meet their basic needs. So what are we talking about? They're not staying warm, they're not keeping dry, they're not being clean, and they're not being fed sufficiently. 3.8 million people in this country. This is supposed to be the West, a developed nation, fully developed. So why is there nearly 4 million people who can't even meet their basic needs? Why? Most of it is probably because of inflation. Now, to me, that just seems to be a top of my head retort to that question, because it's financially related, isn't it? Unbelievable. So think about it. That has doubled since 2017. So just before the issue, yes, it's just gone big time. In 2023, this year, it's been worked out that every single adult needs to earn £30,000 a year to have a base level standard of living. 30k. Do you know what? I walked out of that job. I finished in February 2021 because I wouldn't do that and I wouldn't take that. I went, adios amigos. I walked. Around about that time, 30k was deemed a quite good amount of money to earn a year. But now, in this year, they are saying that is probably the lowest that whoever done this report has deemed to have a half decent standard of living. I think if it was a family with 1 or 2 kids, I think it was a minimum of 50 grand, because they probably get topped up with some sort of child benefits and things like that. I don't really know. 4x4 Bella, Ben, 30k is nothing after tax. Yeah, 20%. Adios, gone. Yes, you're right, Ben. You're absolutely, mate. It's not a lot of money. So when you're talking about significant amounts of money, £30,000 a year 5 years ago was deemed a pretty good wage. Okay. Now it's the base level for a basic standard of living. If that doesn't shock you, I don't know what is. I wish I earned £30,000 a year. Bloody hell. Don't forget, because I do this YouTube thing for a living. Oh, let me just take that off. And that, sorry. I was well off it then, wasn't I? Yeah, YouTube take 40% of everything that I earn on here. They take it away. That's why lots of very kind people donate, if they can. You don't have to, via PayPal. And if they use friends and family, that means all of it goes to the channel. Because if not, if they don't use friends and family, they use goods and services or something, then guess what? PayPal take, I think it's 10% cut for themselves for doing nothing really. So yes, 30,000 quid. Listen to this. NatWest. Who uses NatWest? Let me know in the comment. You don't have to. I understand if your privacy concerns, you don't have to. Probably shouldn't have said that anyway. But anyway, NatWest, they have been calculating customers' carbon footprints in their bank accounts. Now, listen, we spoke about this ages ago, probably a year ago now. Carbon credits, carbon footprints. Yes, NatWest, I don't know. This has only come to my attention a few hours ago. I just did not have time to research this because there's loads of other things I've got to show you guys in tonight's show. Okay. Yes, it started. Carbon footprints. Wow. So when I'd done that interview with Neil McCoy Ward, we spoke about this, and incidentally, that's going to be up on the channel real soon when the website goes live. So if you want to see me and Neil McCoy Ward talk about this sort of stuff, it's a pretty cool interview actually, and we spoke about this. And I'll put to him, people who go out and buy a television now, you can spend anything from 250 to whatever you want, 100 grand. But realistically, it'd be between 250 and maybe 1,000 quid. I know lots of people get big tellies that cost a fortune, but it's entirely up to them. It's their money. They can do what they want with it, right? It's not the point. But when you consider all of those individual components that goes inside a television. Now, how many components make up a television? Every single chip, every single screw, circuit board, blah, 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 blah. Now, if you was to get all of them and line them all up in a big long line, and you worked out how much carbon it costs to produce every single individual item, how much energy, how much power, the transportation costs for moving machine screws to factories and circuit boards and all of these components, transistors, capacitors, resistors, ICs, etc., flexi circuits, the whole thing. You imagine how much TVs are going to cost in the near future. Do you know what? Most people would not be able to afford it when they introduce these carbon taxes, and they will. It's all part of Agenda 2030. We spoke about this, and the UK is set to roll out central bank digital currency in 2025. So not long around that time, we are going to be seeing carbon taxes on top of everything. And let me tell you this, if you've only just become a prepper, my advice to you, work your ass off. Work your ass off. Get as much as you can now. As much as you can. Anything which you think is going to be useful to you, your family, friends, and loved ones, get it now. As soon as you can. Because what you buy today is always going to be cheaper than tomorrow. If you buy it now, it's going to be way cheaper than it will be next year. It will be. And you'll be so glad you did. Do you know, I'm eating coffee, which I bought 3 years ago. The price of a bag of coffee back then was £1.20. Do you know how much it is now? £3.80. That's over 150%. We'll get onto that in a sec. But food for thought anyway. Next year is set to break records with super high energy bills. Now, most of us got bit on the arse last year, September. Who remembers when they announced these sky high energy prices? My electricity bill for this tiny little cottage was, when I first moved here, was £28 a month. Fantastic, because it's a small cottage. Okay, there's no gas, only electric, and not much of it's used, to be fair. That went up to, I think it was £86 a month, and then from then it went up to £168. So yes, from 28 quid to 168 quid, the energy prices went mental, big time mental. Next year it's going to get a whole lot worse. So are you ready for that? Honestly, if you're feeling anxious, depressed, all of the rest of it, you're not alone, and you shouldn't feel like you are alone, because we're all in this. Okay, some people think, yeah, I make YouTube videos, I'll get paid a fortune, I get to live in the middle of nowhere in this beautiful cottage. No, it's just not the case. It really isn't the case. See that fire going back there? Well, the way things cost with fuel and logs, etc., I can only have that 1 or 2 nights a week. The rest of it is a little Calagas bottle, and then prices are going up too. So we're all in this together, all right? Seriously. Now, have a look at trolley.co.uk. Let me see if I can show you on the screen. Oh, damn it. I wish I knew what the logo would be. There we go. Found it. Right. Has anyone seen this website? It's called trolley.co.uk. Now, it's different on the desktop than it is on the phone. On your phone, it's pretty cool because you can see loads of stuff. Basically, what we're showing here is an historical data capture of the times. This is the 17th of November, 2023. Okay, and these are pretty much an average of the food prices here in the UK. Look at that, 6 tins of beans, £5. Who remembers when these were like 40 pence a tin? Insane. Look at this, tomato soup, and they've taken all the sugar out, so it tastes like crap, right? My God, that's just insane. It really, really is. 1 tin, 400 grams of tomato soup, £1.40 for 1 tin. And I know it's a lot higher than it in some places. Bonkers. Absolutely bloody bonkers. Look at that. Worcester sauce, £2.69. My God. Look at this. Heinz tomato sauce, £4 a bottle. Wow. 6 packets of crisp. Do you know what? Here is, excuse me, is a classic example of shrinkflation. Who remembers how many crisps you used to get in a packet? Now, most of it is air, and they say that because they don't want the crisps getting damaged. Very cunning. But when you open a packet of crisps and you look inside, what do you see? Hello, where's my crisps? Hello, what are you guys doing? You're taking the absolute mick. So yeah, all of these prices, I've seen these a lot higher. But all of these different stores. Well, bloody hell, look, Waitrose, bloody dank click on that, Sainsbury's. Oh my God, look at this. For 6 eggs, it was £3.75. That's nuts. If anyone thinks it's a good idea to eat Richmond sausages, I can't do anything for you. There's more crap than meat in these. I think it's, well, look at, these are meat-free. Oh my God, that's even more hilarious because the meat ones contain 30-odd% meat. The rest of it is junk. It's going to make you ill. But enough of that. Look into trolley.co.uk. Learn how to use it. I only found it out today. Oh God, look at these things. This stuff is not even food, really. My God. Look at that. A leg of lamb, 20 quid. Struth, you're taking the absolute rice, mate. Unbelievable. Look at that. For a tin of peas, £1.10. Are you serious? Not that long ago, these were about 30, 40 pence. Look at that. That's well over 100%. Insane. That's half a kilo of peas, £2.35. Unbelievable. It seriously is. Oh, look at the cereal prices. All brand. Honestly, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. We can go on all day moaning about that. But what I saw on the phone, because it's different than what I just showed you guys there, Aldi, they have put their prices up 7 pence. They're the lowest. The highest, Sainsbury's, they put their prices up on average 40%. Sorry, 40 pence more on everything. Really crazy. So we're looking at unemployment. So how many of you think unemployment's fallen, or how many of you think it's got worse? Well, unemployment rose. Are you ready for this? Because this shocked me. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, the truth of what's going on in the UK. Unemployment rose. More than 200,000 people, 200,000 people lost their jobs. Guess what? This year, between May and July, couple of months, 200,000 people lost their jobs. They've still got bills to pay. How the hell are they going to manage? It's nuts. We read on. This year, UK households have set a record of £22 billion. Yes, we set a record just this year of £22 billion in unpaid essential bills. Unpaid essential bills. Utility bills. So all of your water, gas, electric, etc. Okay. People just haven't been paying them. Council tax. That's another story. Lots of people I know have just stopped paying their council tax. It's every individual's choice if they want to do that or not. It is how it is. Plus benefits and tax credit overpayments. Now, when I looked into that, it freaked me out. So what we're going to do, if I can find an article, I want to share this with you. It's shocking. Yes, there it is. Found it. Right, I want you to read with me. I've highlighted it so we can save time. Now, how many of you fall into this category? Here we go. Thousands lose benefits after tax credits overpaid. This was a former nurse. It's a tragic story. It makes me feel sick, actually. Listen to this. I've highlighted it. In excess of 800,000 households on universal credit received less money last year because they were previously awarded too much in tax credits. To repay the debt, monthly benefits can be reduced by up to 25% by the DWP, that's the Department of Work and Pensions. 25%. That's crippling, especially in this day and age. Check this out. Through a Freedom of Information request, an FOI, it shows that the DWP, Department of Work and Pensions, has to claw back more than £1.5 billion in overpaid tax credits, a form of benefits which will be replaced by universal credit by the end of next year. Insane. HMRC, so the tax man. The data shows each year about a third of all households in Britain claiming tax credits will be overpaid. 1/3 of all households will be overpaid. Unbelievable. Check this out. At least 80,000 households across Great Britain owe more than £5,000. Obviously, that's going to take years to pay off. Years to pay off. Now, here's that story I told you about, that former nurse. Nancy Crowe from Somerset currently owes more than £5,000 to the DWP, having been told she was overpaid in working and child tax credits for several years between 2005 and 2016. That is quite a significant amount of time to be inadvertently overpaid. She is entitled to about £400 a month in benefits under universal credit, but this has been deducted by about £50 a month. Wow. So she's missing out on £50 a month in times like these. Now, this really got to me. The 61-year-old former nurse, 61 years old. Now, that boils my pee. It really does. You know, lots of my veterans out there who've been watching me for years, you know my feelings about our elders. They are the most precious. Those are our children, okay? Everyone in between, we're grown-ups, we can handle stuff, but we're thinking of the elders and the youngsters now. But listen to this. The 61-year-old former nurse has now fallen behind on rent, and she says she's been left with very little to survive on. Oh, my God. She has used food banks, gone without heating and electricity, and has even resorted to taking out payday loans. Now, that is heartbreaking. Payday loans. Oh, my God. Do you know what? I'm going to need to find this person. I'm going to need to help her. It's really touched the chord, you know. As someone living with a kidney disorder, bloody hell, Mrs. Crowe says it's also left her unable to afford the foods doctors say she needs to maintain her health. I think part of my health problems is to do with my hardship, she says. That is disgusting. She was hospitalized last year, but hopes to work again once she was feeling well enough. She shouldn't be working. She's done her bit. She's a nurse, for Christ's sake. I'm frustrated, upset, angry, and it makes me very depressed. There's the lady there. 61 years old, a former nurse, having to go through all of that because the benefit system screwed up. It was not her fault. For those who are overpaid, this leaves them in debt to the government. Up to 25% of the claimant's monthly benefits can be taken from them to repay the money if they are in work, and 15% for those who are not in work. Unbelievable. Now, I should have hollered to this. Campaigners are calling for this figure to be capped at 5%, so deductions are more manageable for claimants. I concur. 5%. Absolutely. So that was friggin' heartbreaking. Now, how many of you watching right now have had similar experiences? How many people? Now, listen, the term universal credits. Now, I've been seeing this on social media recently. Okay, let's get this straight, right? Straight talking, no BS. Let's cut to the chase here. Universal credits. If you are claiming universal credits, does that make you stupid, insignificant, a scrounger? No. I know people who have degrees who are claiming universal credits. I know people who are seriously clever, intelligent, good people, honest, hardworking people who are on universal credits. So if I see comments under posts on Instagram saying something derogatory towards anyone claiming universal credit, just makes me mad. It really makes me mad. And I am still working on my triggers. I know lots of us do. But it's the same as people living on the streets. People would look at them and judge them. Once upon a time, that person on the street probably had a good job, friends, family, etc. Something happened and they literally ended up on the streets. Now, this can happen very fast. I think someone famously said you're only 3 paychecks away from being homeless. So if you get sacked or laid off, whatever you want to call it, and you don't work or you can't get a job for 3 months, the chances of you being homeless is very, very high. Now, we're talking good people. We're talking veterans as well, living on our streets. And you know my thoughts about the frigging out of control migrant situation. That's a whole new level. These people are good people and they're struggling, and it's not fair. It's seriously not fair. That nurse, my heart really goes out to her. 61 years old, and she's got kidney problems. That's proper serious. And she still has to go out and work because she's got to repay all of this money back, which the DWP cocked up royally. They cocked up royally, okay? It's just ridiculous. Household disposable income is at its lowest since when? Come on, let me know in the chat what you think. So, disposable income. So, all right then, let's break it down. Once you've paid off all of your bills and you paid for all of your fuel for the month, all of your food, and all of that's been paid for, whatever is left over, that's yours to do whatever you want with. That's called disposable income, right? Households' disposable income is at its lowest since when? 1988. Nah. Guess what? Since the 50s. Yeah. So since 1950s, that's how bad this really is. Okay, so disposable income. So like I said, you paid off everything. You've paid your petrol or whatever for your car to get to and from work. I mean, bloody hell, I had an MOT today and it failed. It's going to cost me over 200 quid to get right. I'm not alone. It happens to people all of the time. We got to find the money from somewhere. We're all in this together. And disposable income has been the lowest since the 1950s. What does that tell you? Unbelievable. So 6.3 million people in the UK will be living in fuel poverty and unable to heat their homes. 6.3 million people. Huh? I've got, what is it, 125,000 subscribers? That's a lot of people. 6.3 million is taking the rice. That's a freaking huge number. It's a massive number. Fuel poverty in a Western society. Thanks, Faye. Do you know what? That's the only way I can see it. She's on it. Here we go. Coming up soon. So if you're going to have a drink, you can join me for a real quick drink because we've got lots to catch up on. 6.3 million people. Yes. They won't be able to heat the home. That fire there with those logs, I can only afford to run that once, maybe 2 nights a week. I can't have it on every single day during the day and the night. Can't afford it. I have to use a gas bottle. Okay, gas bottles are great, but it's a wet heat. Some of you know what I'm talking about. So if you use that, everything gets condensated. You do need a carbon monoxide detector, which I've got. But wood is a dry heat. It's much better for you, but it's very expensive. For one load of logs, 180 quid. Yes, that's how much logs are going up. It's crazy. Now listen to this. The government scheme. Who remembers the energy support scheme? We talked about this last year. Now, that has stopped. That's no more. So who remembers when most of us were getting £400 payments? So he was getting £66 a month. Do you remember that last year or last winter? I think it was early this year it stopped. So those £66 credits going into your bank account every single month are not going to be there any longer. And we've already mentioned no, we haven't actually. Just quickly, I hate missing people because it's just not right. Mark, thank you for that donation on PayPal. Seriously, seriously cool. But with all of that being said, right, I'll tell you what before. I need to get this out of the way. I haven't had an alcoholic beverage or a drink all week. Been really, really good. Mainly can't afford it. Do you know how much these costs now? In Wales, they're £2.70 a pint. £2.70 a pint. I know. So this is like literally The only drink I have all week now, because everything's getting so bloody expensive. Like I say, YouTube's a pain in the ass because they take 40% of everything that I earn. They shadow ban me. My videos just aren't being seen. That's why I'm really appeal to people to share my videos. So, cheers, everybody. Oh, that's seriously one of the best ciders out there. So, with all of that, with all of that being said, what I just spoke about, do you want something that's really going to wind you up? Listen to this. Meanwhile, billionaires in the UK have more than £683 billion between them. From 2020 to 2023, it rose £180 billion. So, who has heard the term, the rich get rich and the poor get poor? Yeah, we're seeing that wholesale. Oh my God, thank you. That's from Shane. Appreciate that donation. Thank you very much indeed. That seriously helps. Energy bills, we spoke about this as well. It's set to rise in January. Only a few months' time. Don't forget, winter starts the 21st of December. This is autumn. So if you think it's cold now, you won't see nothing yet. Aha! Thank you for that. That's next live stream sorted out. Appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. The first super chat of the night, much appreciated. But yes, energy bills are set to rise in January, a minimum of 5%. Okay, and we're not getting those winter or cost of living payments anymore. That's been scrapped, cancelled, finito, no more. It's done. So we have got some screen shares to show you guys now. I think we've done that one. Yes. That one. Yes. That one's cool. I've got to show you that one. Right. Okay then. So we'll start with the big G. Right. There's more. Trust me, there's more. Okay. We're all in this together now. We are sharing the screen from our lefty friends. Newspaper of the year, complete tosh. I'll tell you what newspaper of the year is. No newspaper. How about that? Newspapers are crap. Simple as that. Plain speak. Look at this. Fall in retail sales in Great Britain signals high street recession. Wow. When was this? Yeah, Friday, the 17th of November. That's today. This come out just before midday, this article, right? Retailers in Great Britain suffered a slump in sales in October as the impact of high borrowing costs and rising prices signaled a high street recession in the run-up to Christmas. And look at that. They've chose Windsor. Really? Snobby, stuck-up, wealthy, ridiculous Windsor. That is absolutely not an average of the UK. We're talking high ends there. So forget that. Windsor. Ridiculous. The ONS, so our learned friends, the Office of National Statistics, said the roaring price of petrol and diesel was another factor deterring shoppers. A fall in car use meant consumers were less likely to visit out-of-town shopping centres or nearby towns to buy high-priced items. Absolute fact. Look at this. Alcohol and tobacco stores were hit by a 10.4% drop in sale volume. I'm suspicious of this. I would say alcohol consumption has gone up to combat the depression, etc. Shoppers waited to pick up Black Friday bargains. So it looks like, according to this, people are holding out for Black Friday because Black Friday, there's always lots of bargains to be made. So maybe people are getting savvy. They're refraining from spending and waiting to Black Friday because there's lots of deals. Okay, so that's that article which I wanted to share. So have you noticed anything like that on the high street? I go to the high street, local one, probably once a week, something like that. I don't really spend much time there. Half hour, 45 minutes max. Get in, get out, done. And like I say, and I always do this, people who know me personally know that I use cash wherever possible. Okay. If I go into a store or a shop and it's card only, guess what? About turn, way you go, sir. Don't put my business there. No, cash. Cash is king. Why do I like cash? Because I'm quite a private person. Yeah, I know I'm all over the internet, so what? But it doesn't mean to say everywhere I go outside, everyone knows me. They don't. I'm not a bloody Tom Cruise guy, okay? So I like to go and buy what I want, when I want. No one else's frigging business what I spend my money on. It's no one's business. Every time you use a debit card, you go, beep, that contactless stuff. Yeah, someone else knows what you've got. Just you wait. Just you wait to central bank digital currency. It's going to split the world, just like 2020. It is really going to split the world. People who are going to try and operate outside the system, an errant, use cash or barter and trade, swap exchange deal, etc. Okay, that's where I believe most preppers or true preppers are going to find themselves, because anyone worth their weight in salt isn't going to be going down that central bank digital currency BS road, because it's absolute BS. William, thank you for that donation. That's very kind. Awesome. Yeah, Rachel Gregory. Yeah, absolutely. Moderators in the house. Well said, Rachel. Yeah, the people who donate, they really, really help big time. So we are going to, oh yeah, I've got to show you this. Yeah, we need to talk about this right now. Okay, right, Bosch. UK inflation, which goods and services have changed most in price? Now, be under no illusion, this is a left pro-agenda bias newspaper publication. Okay, I think we can all agree on that. Right, okay. So we're going to scroll through and we're going to see, look, in each case, the figure is the percentage change in the average price over the last 12 months. Okay, 12 months to last month. Okay, so yes, food. Look at this. We're going to go through these because I believe these figures are an underestimation. Let me know in the chat room and in the comment section if you're watching this on a replay. I'll really be interested to see what you are paying, where you are. And don't forget, everyone's different, all right? Everyone's used in different places. You've got people that shop in Iceland or Lidl's and Aldi. You've got people who shop in Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, and everything in between, all right? You've got people in Greater London and you've got people up in Inverness, etc. There's people all over with different scenarios, okay? Sugar, 50% pretty much. Olive oil, 50%. Well, you can tell on the screen, you don't need me to read all of this out. Now, look at this where it says eggs. I believe eggs are a lot higher than 17.1%. I really, really do. Milk as well. Milk has gone up. Butter is butter's way more than that. Butter's no way. Tell you what would be interesting if they'd done this percentage rise since January 2020. No, sorry, I would say March. That's when the issue happened, wasn't it? So from March 2020, when they opened the first seal was broken, March 2020 to date, I bet you these figures would at least double. At least double. Look at this, drinks. Tea, 15% in 12 months. Unbelievable. Coffee, no, coffee's higher. I'm sorry, that's BS. Beer, no, that's gone up way more. Electricity, 15%. Solid fuels, really? 2%? No, my firewood's gone up big time, actually. This is so BS. Gas, 31%. Wow. Liquid fuel. So some of you guys who live in rural areas who uses oil to heat their home, apparently that's sub 20%. Let me know in the chat if you think that's BS. I believe it is BS. Seriously. The prices that we are being told in the mainstream media is nothing short of pure frigging fantasy. What do you think? Like I say, I love doing these videos because I really, really am keen in finding out the voice of the people. You're the people, you got a voice, go for it. Hit me up in the chat, put it in the comment section if you're watching this on a replay. Let me know what you really think. And the good thing is when hopefully you guys share this video so more people watch it, they can see your comments in the chat or under the video if you're watching this in a replay. And everyone gets to read the comments and learn and have a better understanding of the reality of the situation. Don't forget, whatever we're being told in the mainstream newspapers, radios and TV shows, etc., is absolute BS. Yes, there is some elements of truth sprinkled in there, but there's a huge, great, big, massive serving full of BS. There really, really is. And you've got to be crazy to disagree with that statement. Wholeheartedly stand by that all the way. So another share screen, we've got something interesting. This was the article which led me to do this live stream. Okay, big issue. Now listen to this. This is very, very important. We've touched on this already. It will leave 6.3 million households living in fuel poverty, unable to heat their homes. Last year, people were helped by that £400 energy support scheme, a lifeline for many households. But the government has not extended it this year. We said that earlier. It's gone. Okay. Like I said, £66 a month gone into your bank account. No, that's gone. Look at this. 120,000 households renewed their, guess what? Fixed term. Yes, fixed term mortgages. Wow. Every month in 2023. Now, I remember meeting a subscriber of mine in a local supermarket last year. And he said him and I think two others were the only one at the mortgage place to redo their mortgage as a fixed term, not as a tracker. Okay. And the guys looked at him as if he was mad. But guess what? Look at this. 120,000 households have gone fixed term because they know, and I believe they're correct, that the prices are only going to go higher. You got to be crazy to use a tracker with mortgages in this day and age. That's my own opinion. Unbelievable. Like we said, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Absolutely 100% yes. That's on the money, big time. Now, should we see what Forbes is saying? Crazy. The UK cost of living crisis pulls retail sales to the lowest level since the 2021 lockdown. Yes. And look at that. We're going to touch on that in a sec. UK retail sales dropped surprisingly in October owing to a cost of living crisis to reach the lowest level since February 2021 when the country suffered the lockdown. The city lockdown. The lockdown which was complete BS. It was another poor month for household goods and clothes stores, with these retailers reporting that cost of living pressures reduced footfall. Bloody hell, I need my glasses. And poor weather hit them hard. Official data earlier this week showed a sharp fall in UK annual inflation. Look at this. Are you ready? But at 4.6% in October, laugh out loud, the rate remains the highest amongst G7 rich nations. I'm going to say that again. Inflation in the UK remains the highest among the G7 rich nations. Global 7, the top 7 wealthiest countries on planet Earth. The UK is right at the very top with inflation. So, my learned friends, like I said, you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. This blew my mind. Look at this. 26% of people earning £100,000 plus are living month to month. Wow. So now we are talking about the middle class. No way can anyone earn over 100k and consider themselves working class. I'm sorry, if you want to segregate or split people into groups, £100,000 a year, I think most people would bloody dream about having that sort of money every single year. Look at this. 9 in 10, so 90%. 90% of those who said they were living paycheck to paycheck contributed it to cost of living increases, while 38% blamed rising mortgage payments and 29% said debt repayments were causing them problems, whilst 11% pointed to car finance costs. I don't know about you, but the best way forward is to buy and own your own car. Don't do this finance stuff. Don't try not to be in debt. In London, where house prices are often higher than elsewhere in the UK, 28% of high earners said they were struggling to live within their means. 28% of high earners were struggling to live within their means. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So we have got not just inflation, the cost of living, etc. Like I said earlier, this, if you want to break it down, what we are living through right now is a massive psychological operation, huge, and it's designed to demoralize not just the UK, but Western nations. So we're talking all of Europe, UK, America, and Canada. You could probably throw in more developed nations like Australia as well, okay, and New Zealand. So where does that leave us? Where it leaves us is communities and being there to help each other, okay? One of the things which I'm really proud of is finally establishing a true, really, really good, genuine community. Not just preppers, but aware preppers. Lots of people in the chat room who watch on a regular basis are absolutely worth their weight in gold. All of you guys. I know I see the same names coming up every single week, and it fills my heart with joy to see that. It really does. Because even though we're all living in different parts of the country and indeed all over the world, every night, Friday at 8 o'clock, we're all together. Even you, Tim. I don't know if he's in here. He missed the start of the show, didn't he? Well, I'll give him that shout out. There he is, born outside. Yeah, you missed the start, mate. You'll have to watch on a replay. But anyway, yeah, we have got some cool community in here, seriously. And like I said, if you feel that you're on your own, you're not, okay? Don't feel embarrassed that you're on benefits, because that's what the powers that be want you to feel like. They want you to feel worthless and hideously dependent upon the system. That's what they want. They want you to jump through loads of hoops. I know, I've been there. I was on benefits. I know what it's like. I know the BS that you got to go through with these work coaches, how much they don't give a F about you. They don't. All they want to do is to do an amount of work and then go home at the end of the day. They don't care. Right, what we got here? Keith. Oh, thank you for that, sir. A member as well. Local pubs. Yes. Do you know what? Let's talk about that, Keith. Very, very good. If you want to send me a question on there, put it in capital letters, and I'll try my best to find them. But these really stand out. I couldn't miss that. Local pubs. Yes, I spoke about this ages ago. Probably not for a while now, but yes. Not just pubs, libraries, even laundrettes. Okay, all of these places where people would meet up in some degree of relative comfort. Even libraries, they're quiet, they're warm, and some of them are quite comfortable. And there's lots of books to read. What's not to like? Okay, I know lots of people who spend all day in a library because they can't afford to sit indoors with the heating on all day. So that makes economic sense in my mind. And also, because it's a community, you can arrange to meet friends and family there as well. Okay. Pubs. Who used to go to the pub a lot? Tim, I know you do. But yes, pubs. How much is it to go into a pub these days and buy a pint of cider or a pint of beer? Here we go. This will be a really good historical data point. Let me know how much it is for a pint of beer and or cider. I presume they're the same. How much is it and roughly what area? Because let me tell you this, I can't remember how much it cost to get a pint of beer in a pub. My local, I think I went in there, I don't think I've been in this year. That was quite cheap. That was like £3.50 a pint. Oh, fucking hell. Wow. £7 a pint if you're in central London. No way, Magoo. £4 to £5.50 depends on the pint. That's good. Yorkshire, £7. No way. So in Yorkshire, it's the same as central London. Are you serious? Unless that's a really posh pub. That's a lot of money. Wow. This is good because, like I say, people can watch this in the future, come back and see how much things actually cost. So Kelvin says £5 to £6 for a pint. Wow. Lee's saying £4.70. Deborah's saying, how much? Oh no, I can't believe it. But communities and pubs are fantastic. Be careful, Soundwave. You can't swear in live things anymore. Full of Hope, £5 a pint. Bloody hell. Well, look at this. £3.23 a pint. Sounds like a good pub. But it's looking like, what the? Well, Nikki, thank you for that donation. That's just blew my mind. Unbelievable. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Bit of a shock there. €10 in Paris. I don't know what that means. So this is quite good. £7.50 in London. Christ, that's a lot of money. Unbelievable. So yeah, thank you everyone for letting me know, because it's really good for people to have a sense of how much it costs. But the original question was pubs, good places for communities. And yes, this is what we need. It's really difficult, I know, especially with those prices that we've just been seeing. That's an awful lot of money for beer. Have you ever realized or noticed why it's a lot cheaper to buy beer in supermarkets than it is in pubs? Who remembers when the smoking ban came in? Well, straight away, 50% of drinkers stopped using pubs. That pretty much marked the beginning of the end of the pub industry here in the UK. It seriously did. Hello, it's a good question. This is from Kay. Thank you for that donation. That's really kind. That's all good being a prepper, but what about the young and the old? Surely prepping is for able people. No, prepping is for everyone. I've done a blog on my website. Anyone can be a prepper. Anyone can. All right. You don't have to have vast amounts of money. You don't have to have a massive network of friends. All you need to qualify, as it were, as a prepper is to have common sense and a planning and forward-thinking way of thinking. That's all prepping is. It's just a media buzzword. Okay, that's all it is. So anyone, I have a friend, his name's Steve. He was ex-parachute regiment. He is in a wheelchair. He is one of the best preppers I know. You should see his wheelchair and the kit that he carries around. And he is fully capable of going out on his own, camping on his own, with all of his kit and equipment with him. He's got no use of his legs whatsoever. Yet he swims. He's a fit guy. He's a very clever, switched-on guy. Anyone can be a prepper. Disabled, young, old. There's preppers 8 years old, 90 years old. It's never. Do you know what? People ask me, when's the best time to be a prepper? Do you know what I say? Yesterday. Yeah. Prep. Prep your ass off. It's a t-shirt, Rachel. But yes, it's very, very important that if you are struggling, and let's face it, we all are, okay? I have been through hell and back myself this year, okay? It's my private life, it's my personal life. I'm not going to be talking about it, but let me tell you this. You watching right now, that's you. You're not alone, okay? I've been rock bottom. I mean rock bottom, if you know what I'm saying. I know what it's like. And I know some of our friends in the community are no longer here because they chose the easy way out, should we say. I know all about that. You're not alone. There's been so much that's been heaped onto people since 2020, okay? It's basically one of the greatest, biggest scams pulled off in history that we're aware of. Now, this has probably happened before like I think it's 4 previous resets where everything changed. Going back to the last reset, this is historic what happened in 2020. And Jason, bless him, my friend in Texas, Jason Rashiz, he nailed it. The breaking of the first seal was 2020. 100%. 100% yes. If you don't believe me, I suggest you watch that video. Any of you errands in there, can you put a link to RKX's YouTube channel in the chat? So if anyone wants to check it out, moreover, if you can find a link to that live stream that Jason and me, Funky Prepper, done recently within the last month, I think it was. If you can find that link, can you put it in the chat? Because if you are interested in looking into 2020 and the breaking of the first seal, Book of Revelation, you really need to watch that video, okay? It will really open your eyes, believers and non-believers alike. It's a fascinating deep dive that Jason and I done. And yes, so I'm just looking at the chat, but yes, we're here to help each other, okay? Like I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it, my email address is below this video. So if you want to reach out, if you want to get hooked up with other people who think can help, send me an email. You're not alone, okay? You're really not alone. By hook or by crook, by intuition and everything else that you found yourself in this community, you are here for a reason, a very good reason. You probably don't even know it yet, but you are. You found this for a real reason. Carl, thank you for that donation on PayPal. That really means a lot, sir. So yeah, we are all here to help each other, okay? That story of that nurse, that proper broke my heart earlier when I saw that. That was disgusting, how a nurse of his country can be treated in that way for no fault of her own. These overpayments that the DWP have screwed up on, that is more widespread that people understand, okay? What that's done is that's made people's monthly income 25% less than what it should be, all because they cocked up in the first place. 25% if you're working, 15% if you're not working, okay? That's the shortfall. So when you're looking at a very small amount of money coming in to help you, trying to base contribute to your lowest standard of living that you can get away with, it's still not enough because everything's going up. But did the universal credit payment go up? It might have gone up a tiny little bit, but I think that wasn't that. That was a while ago now. So what we are seeing, we're seeing pretty much month on month inflation. And are you seeing that, or sorry, are we seeing that in our wages? Are you getting a pay rise every month to go up with this inflation that's happening every month? Don't forget, when they say 4% or 10% or 6% or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, because guess what, Jack? It's all BS. It's all a great big scam joke. Do you know why, when they say inflation is at this percentage, do you know why you scratch your head and you think to yourself it's way more than that? Do you know why? Because in that inflation figure, which they publicize all over the mainstream media, it doesn't include fuel, petrol or diesel, and it doesn't include food. Guess what things have gone up since 2020? Have a good think about this, children. Oh, fuel and food. Yes. Why the hell isn't food and fuel included in inflation figures? Why? I would love to know. Because let me tell you this, it's probably for a reason and it's not in there. Because if it was, can you imagine the outrage? Can you imagine? I mean, the UK is a very tolerant country, has been for eons of time. A very tolerant country. Can you imagine if the people worked that out? I've worked it out. I know lots of you in the chat have watched that out. Oh, Pamela Swan, you're an angel. That's it. That's the video. So if you look at that, it's got a little book nerd with glasses. That's well funny. Thanks, Pam. You're an absolute legend. Yeah, watch that video with me and Jason. I highly recommend it. You'll be glad you did. All right. And we are going to be having Jason on very soon. We're going to be doing a video next Monday. Yeah, and not long after that, it's going to go public. That video is going to blow your mind. If you know what I'm talking about, Jason Brashears with Archaics over in Texas and America. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, let me tell you this. It's highly addictive. When you start listening to Jason, you'll be listening to him all the time. I ain't joking. The guy is an absolute walking library. We're talking someone who's been reading constantly for nearly 30 years, uninterrupted pretty much. Old books that haven't been edited like the internet. If you want to do research and then use the internet, good luck, because that's been edited constantly. Some links and pages are completely disappeared and vanished forever. Old books, ones that can't be edited, they're getting rare and hard to find. My advice, get old books from the 19th century, so 1800s, or even older if you can. Absolutely, that's what I do. Me and Jason do the same. Shona, wow, thank you for that, sweetheart, on PayPal. That's really helping the channel, seriously, because we need to get this out. We need to get this word out. And if you can you please share this video? It really, really is important. More important than you can probably realize, because some of you know who've been watching for a while, I have been shadow banned. And what that means, from what I've been understanding on my particular shadow ban, is people are saying to me that there's no thumbs up function. They can't click on it. It doesn't work. They were subscribed, but now they're unsubscribed. Or they're subscribed, but the notification bell has been turned off. Yes, I know. And some people have even had their comments removed. They put a comment on and they're going to read it. And I've had that as well. Have you seen that as well? I even remember quite a few times commented on someone's video, gone back there a few days later to see if they've replied, and I can't find it. It's gone. Yeah, that is called shadow banning, right? Those things happen all the time to me. And I was watching it when I put a video up the other day. I was watching the views going up and up and up. And it was going up like 2 at a time, 5 at a time, 6 at a time, like every couple of seconds. But this is great. All of a sudden, the views went down at -30. How can a view go backwards? This shadow banning is very, very real. So if you can share this video, it means so much. And if you hit the thumbs up as well. Do you know what? So many people forget to hit the thumbs up. It's crazy. And I know the moderators are really good because they often hit the thumbs up, because that helps too. Because if people don't hit the thumbs up, the video doesn't really go out there. apparently, what I've been led to believe is the most shared places for videos is Facebook, believe it or not. Then I think it's WhatsApp, and then Telegram. So if any one of you can share on all three, if you participate in them 3 platforms, in their groups. So you've got a group, there's 1,000 in a group, or 100 or 40 or whatever it is. If you can share the link to this video in those groups, that would really, really help. Okay, seriously help. What else is there? And yes, if you like what you've seen tonight, please consider signing up to the newsletter, because there's stuff in there which I can't really talk about on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why developing this website is because I have got true freedom of speech. I've had Andy the Gabby Cabby have an interview with me on the website the other day, and he swore his head off because we can. There's no restrictions on the website because it's beyond the paywall. It's the only way. If it was free, Ofcom would terminate the website immediately, and that has happened already. Okay, we've been seeing that in the truthing community. All right, so we have to be careful. So it is what it is. So yes, please share the video on them platforms. Please give it a thumbs up. That really, really helps. I'm going to have to call it a day. You guys have been really fantastic. Like I said, you're not alone. Okay, you're really, really not alone. Send me an email. If you're struggling, send it to me. I do my best to put it on to someone else, and or try and answer it myself. But I am very busy. I'm getting tons of emails every day. But you guys rock for sending me emails. Everyone who's taken part in the live chat tonight, all of you are appreciated. We have got a seriously good community here, like big time good. Okay, all of you are appreciated. Everything that goes on in the chat is great because I enable chat replay. And not every bloody YouTuber does. I don't know why, but I always do. Okay. And I believe I'm probably the only one. The amount of times I've seen a live stream replay and there's no chat. Am I the only one who found out how to enable it? Anyway, any of you guys watching on a replay are more than welcome to read through the live chat. Every single person on here has contributed. Okay. We are trying to get the thoughts, minds, and opinions of the real people, not just in the UK, but this chat is global. It's all over the world. Check it out and it'll tell you where they're from. That's why I do where are you from at the beginning. It gives the viewer on the replay a good idea to where this community reaches out. Beach Hut Man, 10 years old, eh? Nice one, dude. That's the whiskey, by the way. We're not going Maxwell on that. Oh, hold on, what was this? No chat replay last time. Don't worry, I thought I'll look into that. That's very odd. That's not happened before. On the last live stream, is that last night or last Friday? Let me know and I'll check it out. It's quite easy to do. Don't know why it happened. But anyway, evening spanners. Rachel Gregory. She's having fun with spanners, boys and girls. Bang! Cleaser and defend. The fair is making Mr. Cleaser. Oh. Anyway, I'm going crazy. I think that stuff's gone to my head. It's the first one I've had all week. So yeah, everyone has donated. Seriously, you guys rock. Saying that, someone, oh my god, Alexander. Oh, I know who that is. My dear friend Sandy of Jacklaw Knives. Thank you, sir. I hope you're well. Love to Mandy and the kids. Cheers, Sandy. Make sure you find time to rest yourself. You always do a lot for other people, mate. Make sure you have a nice, good glass of whiskey with the feet up by the fire, sir. Just like I'm going to do after this. Cheers, Sandy. Much appreciated, mate. You didn't have to, but I really appreciate it, sir. So, yeah, everyone has donated. Seriously, that's been unbelievably well received. This month's been a bloody nightmare, especially with that car failing the MOT. What an absolute kick in the dick. But everyone who's watching this on the replay, thank you to staying right to the end. Seriously good. We're 10 minutes over already because you guys, Inspector Clear's here. You got it. Yeah, he gets everywhere. It's giving me a right pain in the ass, but that's another story. But yeah, everyone who's watched the replay, seriously, and thank you for sharing it too. I know who you are. It really helps, because if people don't share these videos, I'm literally talking to myself pretty much. Oh, I've just seen this as well. Terry, thank you for that. I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier, but I really appreciate every penny that comes this way. Absolutely. You guys rock. And everyone who signed up to the newsletter as well, you're going to be seeing some really cool stuff go in your inbox next Monday. All right. And don't forget, next Thursday, if you're about in the evening, we got loads of new Olight stuff. Loads of stuff to give away as well. There's going to be 5 lucky winners who will get free torches guaranteed on that Olight live stream. Don't miss it. Okay. It's getting darker. Yes, they're expensive, but lots of them, they're wiping off 50%. So it's becoming a bit affordable. And there's free stuff. It's free stuff. We're giving away free stuff. Don't miss out. Okay. And last but not least, the moderators, you guys seriously rock. And you know who you all are. And thanks to everyone who took part in the poll as well. Really, really spot on. So you guys have yourself a really nice weekend, and don't worry, you're not alone, okay? Reach out to someone, talk about it. All of this depression and anxiety and stress is quite normal considering what's been happening, right? So don't feel bad that you're suffering in that way, okay? You're definitely not alone. Don't forget it. You guys take care. Thanks for watching, and stay funky.